Folks, this is Brentwood, and no, I'm not in USA. This is Trinidad, Central Trinidad to be specific, and we're going to cover the area of Brentwood, which is a new development, and that's where it's located, near to Chaguanas and Montrose, just below Lange Park. So we're on the highway, and can you guess where I am? You should know from that dial. This is the Chaguanas overpass. We're going to turn left in order to get the exit that goes into Brentwood. These vehicles are moving a bit slow, so I'm going to get around them first, and I will get back into the left lane, and there you will see the exit sign to Brentwood right there. Now from the highway you can't see Brentwood. In fact, in passing through the years, I've seen the general area develop slowly, and it's still in development. There's a lot of open ground. You see a lot of construction. This walled area on the left, that is part of Brentwood. It's a gated community. Now, if you look at the street lamps, you don't see many street lamps like that in neighborhoods. So even the street lamps are nice. The roads are not bad. The layout is pretty good with lots of green. For me personally, and this is just my opinion, they seem to want to mimic a North American neighborhood. The kinds of places, the way it's built, the structure, maybe not too much the colors, which are a bit loud, but you know, we are in the Caribbean. But you can see those buildings on the left, the kind of architecture and so forth. Now if you went straight, you would go to Edinburgh, which is another place. We are going to Brentwood, which is here. Those are supposed to be some luxurious townhouses on the left, and the mall, Brentwood Mall, is on the right. There's a gas station, and that is another food outlet, Chuck E. Cheese. I'm vegan, by the way, so I don't support that, but nevertheless, those are some of the eateries around here, and I imagine more is being laid down. Groundwork is being laid down for even more stuff. You could see where there's we passed some construction going on there, and there's a lot of construction in the area still, so it's far from over. But that is the Brentwood Mall, and you get in a good picture of it from my truck as we drive around. I intended to come out, but when I did not see a lot going on, so I decided to stay in my truck and drive around, try to cover as many streets as possible. Brentwood itself, as far as the public roads go, is not very big, but if you do go into gated communities, there are of course even more access roads, which in this video you will not see because I do not live in Brentwood and I did not have access to the community. But you know, the roads are not typical for Trinidad because they seem to be more or less maintained. They actually have paint on it, and the irony of it is they have a little section over here for what most Trinis cannot seem to do without, which is doubles. That's right, the Brentwood double stall. I didn't stay there, just turning around. I imagine this is going to be a housing area, if not a commercial area at some point, but nothing is going on there. It's just green, and those are the townhouses on the left. We're going to go left, and you're going to see some more of the area. Here, I mean, it could be really nice, but something that really puts it down, that's, by the way, is supposed to be one of the biggest Macy's in Trinidad. It's a grocery. One of the things that puts it down, I guess, is all those poles with the constant electrical wire. I never understand that, the need for it. So many. We should be running underground, as far as I see it, wires, when there are so many. but we don't. Now it was interesting that I could not turn left, so I had to turn right to go back. And you can still see they're doing roadworks. So it's a very new community. Lots going on still. We're gonna turn left into Brentwood Mall. And the layout is nice. It's a small mall. Seems to be more outside shops like South Park, but there's some more shops on the inside. These shops are not anything grand or special that would warrant me coming out and actually recording, and plus with private property there's always some issue to that. So I'm just going to go around the mall. From viewing it from outside here, I could tell you a lot of shops still weren't open. There was a lot of space. Nevertheless, I like that the grounds were well kept and everything to seem to be neat and nice, unlike many other communities. So I guess the developers are trying to make it, something special. And I think I took the wrong turn there. I should have gone left, but instead I went right. Anyway, so I wanted to get as much for you as possible, and if I exited there, I would have missed the rest of the mall. Things I do for you guys, I don't know. And the name too, Brentwood. I don't know if we have any name similar. That definitely does not sound like a name that would come out of the typical space of Trinidad and Tobago. There were a lot of French, Spanish, and British names. Now, this is more or less the residential side, even though there's commercial on the left. The other side now of Brentwood, the community itself is gated off. So I guess in their planning, what they intended to do is to have all the housing areas gated and then all the commercial areas exposed, like this on the right. Those are commercial areas. Caribbean Housing, I believe, is the one that's establishing this whole project. That's the building on the right that we passed, and there's some more commercial buildings on the right as well. You can tell by the kind of design, it's not the typical Caribbean layout. That's the entrance to the gated community on the left, which contains both houses and I believe townhouses. But it's just all walled off, so everybody has their privacy. Now if we continued this way, I believe we would start to enter Montrose and other parts of Chaguanas, and we're not going there today. I already have videos for Montrose where I actually walk around the whole of Montrose, and I have another video or several videos actually for Chaguanas. So if you're looking to see those areas, make sure to look for the videos in my YouTube channel. So what do you think about Brentwood overall? I mean, how do you like the design, the layout? For me, they're trying to make that, like I said, a little touch of the US. That's where the kind of buildings I'm seeing, the lamps. If you look at the lamps on your left, the gate, you don't see many areas like that in Trinidad. What do you think? Does it look like that, or does it just look like their own thing? This part as we exit it is actually not part of Brentwood, but I'm going to use it to turn around just to give you a glimpse of the area. That's the irony of a lot of areas in Trinidad. You'll get a well-developed area and then a not so well-developed area. This is the Edinburgh. A lot of government housing here, I believe. This is another area that I need to come and cover. We're gonna turn right and then essentially turn around because I want to give you a glimpse going out back to the highway. So Solomon Hochai Highway heading south. Now that's the only thing about living in central Trinidad I don't like. The way they have it so that you can cross the highway, you have to make a lot of roundabout moves. For instance, if I was living in Brentwood, there wouldn't be a road just going right over the highway, which in my mind there should be. So I would have had to go through some back roads, then onto Chaguanas main road, and then go over to the highway. There needs to be a lot more flyovers, in my opinion. So this is a roundabout that controls everything, and Brentwood is on the left. We are exiting to go on the highway, and that was basically Brentwood. So this is the start of it all. I mean, a lot of this has been here for a few years, but I guess with COVID, a lot of it has stopped. But now that COVID is over, the pandemic is more or less free from us. We are seeing more construction again. As you can see on the left, all that land is going to be developed. I don't know if it's with stores or with houses, but we'll have to wait and see. So tell me in the comments area what you thought about Brentwood. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it.